We are back and we are kind of looking like a mess today, I can't lie, but I never wanted this YouTube channel to be perfect. I wanted this to be a relatable channel, and I feel like we're giving relatable today because I haven't done my hair. I really need to wash it, and I'm in very cozy clothes. I'm in a hoodie and joggers from Future Self, which is Alfie Day's brand. Are we surprised? I think not. Hey guys, it's Mads. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, then hi, welcome. On this channel, we talk about all things growing up in the 21st century. I am a 21-year-old introvert. I'm basically documenting my life in this crazy world that we live in. And off of my last video about talking about relationships in your 20s, I really wanted to talk about my experience with friendships growing up and also my friendships now, kind of like in comparison to basically when I was younger. I feel like friendships are such a huge thing in your 20s. I know that so many of my friends would say that they spend more time with their friends than they do with their family. I have honestly never been that person, and I want to give my perspective on friendships growing up and friendships in your 20s, essentially. I know that I've said this before, I am very much a home girl. I love spending time at home. I love spending time with my family. My family are absolutely incredible. I am so close to all of them, and I probably would choose to spend time with my family over maybe not all of my friends, but like most of my friends. I also haven't had the best experience with friendships over the years. So secondary school was absolutely horrendous for me. I was quite badly bullied, and I feel like in my mind I just have such a bad view on it, if that makes sense. I also went to an all-girls secondary school, so I'm sure that you can imagine that it was pretty bitchy. Everyone was just awful, probably myself included. Like, I'm not saying that I was a saint at secondary school. Like, I'm sure that I was like a bitch at some points as well, but like overall I had a really bad experience, and yeah, I was quite badly bullied. One of the main reasons that I was bullied is because I had like a YouTube channel and I did social media. I think I've said this before, maybe not on YouTube, but I've said this definitely on like TikTok and Instagram. My school was so bad to the point where one of my teachers actually put one of my YouTube videos on in front of a classroom of people and proceeded to stand at the front of the class and laugh at me. So yeah, that wasn't a very fun experience. That was probably one of my like worst experiences, especially with like a teacher, a person of authority in a school doing that to a student. Insane. I also was just so different as a person then than I am now. If someone came at me now, if someone was horrible about me, if someone said anything about me behind my back or to my face, I would absolutely stand up for myself, as I think a lot of people would now. As I said, you're so different to how you were when you were like 11, 12, 13, even like all the way up to 16. Like, I'm 21 now. I may not have had all of the life experiences that I'm going to have, but I have definitely changed. I have learned a lot, and basically I just would not stand up for myself. I would let people walk all over me. It was so easy for me to be bullied, essentially. And looking back, like, I see that now. I was just this afraid girl that just wanted to have an easy life, but literally couldn't because people were being horrible to me on a daily basis. So I feel like that in itself has really impacted my view on friendships, and I've recently started seeing a therapist about my anxiety, and we've basically discovered that a lot of my anxiety actually stems from my secondary school experience and my experience with like people and friends, which I didn't even realise. Like, this is how crazy therapy is. I feel like it's helped me so much so far. I can do like a whole nother video on anxiety and my experience with it and therapy and everything like that. But I remember the first time that I saw my therapist and we talked about school and I got upset, I was like, wow, this has actually affected me way more than I kind of let on, or I let myself realise. But I do genuinely think that secondary school has like scarred me in terms of friendships, because then I went to college and I was so excited to be away from like a toxic environment. And although I was in a friendship group at college, I was definitely in like a smaller group, if that makes sense. There was like 3 of us, and I felt like that was so much better for me. I know that like smaller groups doesn't necessarily work for everyone. Some people like having a big group to interact with, but for me, I had done the massive friendship group shite and it brought me so much shit. So I was over that. I was not interested in more friendship drama or anything like that. So I was quite happy the fact that I had like 2 people that I was closest to. That definitely worked for me. I was so much happier at college. I also experienced college through COVID, so I didn't have like a proper college experience. That also might be why I felt like I really enjoyed it. But I do feel like I was at my happiest when I was at college, just in terms of friendships and myself kind of as a person. I definitely felt like I was at my happiest. Then college ended and I very quickly sort of fell out of touch with quite a few of the people that I was friends with, just because I was so over being friends with people for the sake of it. Like, obviously we were friends in college and it was really nice to have them as a friend, but I knew that I wasn't going to see them outside of college and beyond college, if that makes sense. And if you take one thing away from this video, do not put effort into people that do not reciprocate that effort. I am so over it. I am beyond over it. Like, even now, if I try to make plans with someone, they say that they'll come back to me and they never come back to me, I do not chase them. If they really wanted to see me, they would take time out of their day to make those plans, if that makes sense. After college, I actually went to university for a whopping 6 weeks. I love to throw that in whenever I talk about my uni experience, because I never want people to think that I completed the 3 years at uni. I most certainly did not. So I went to uni for 6 weeks, and instantly I could tell that there were cliques. It was a bitchy environment. You would think that, like, when you transition from college to uni, everyone matures. It's a completely different environment, but actually I felt like people were more mature at college than they were at uni. And also, I think I spoke about this in my last video, but the whole uni environment and the uni drinking, partying, clubbing culture just isn't about me. And so many of the ways that people make friends at uni is through all of those things. I don't drink, I never have, I don't plan on doing it, but I actually found that in itself being really isolating, because I couldn't really make friends because no one was very like-minded. In fact, I don't know a single one of my friends that doesn't drink. So even now, the whole friendship thing is difficult because I don't feel like I have any friends that are like super like-minded, but just that uni environment, it wasn't for me, and I wasn't prepared to change myself in order to make friends. I had tried to do that in secondary school and it didn't work. If anything, it just made me completely miserable, which I do not recommend. Leaving uni, I can safely say that I do not speak to anyone but maybe 2 people that I actually met at uni and I was friends with. One of those people was actually my friend before uni, so I don't know if they even really count. But in a nutshell, I don't have a big group of friends and I am absolutely fine with that. In fact, I don't have like a friendship group. I'm so over that shit. I'm not interested in being in a massive group of friends anymore. It's also something that I'm working on, but I'm not a super sociable person, in the sense of, like, if I know you and I'm comfortable with you, of course I'm sociable. And like, my mum would always say that I am very sociable, but I find it really hard to make friends and let people in and open up to people about me. And through me having therapy, I've basically learned that that is because I have crazy trust issues from my friendships back in like secondary school. As I said, I'm also quite a big introvert, so I never really have the push to go out with friends. I love people coming to me. I like going to other people's houses, but like, in terms of going out and doing things, I really struggle to like make those sort of plans. I'm definitely working on it. It's just something that's going to take time with me doing therapy essentially and learning how to navigate big social situations like that, because I don't like big social situations. Don't even get me started. It was my friend's birthday back in August last year. It was her 21st and I was like, I'm not missing this. You're one of my best friends. I'm not missing this birthday party. I literally had a panic attack before I left and also had a panic attack on the way to her party. It was at that sort of point where I was like, okay, I need help. I need to speak to someone about this. I do not want these sort of situations to keep happening to me. And honestly, since doing therapy, I have seen a huge difference within myself, the way that I am, the way that I talk about my emotions with people and just talk to people in general. I've seen a huge difference. But I am really content with the friends that I have, and I probably would like a couple more friends just to be able to have some people that are really like-minded, but those people are hard to find. Find me a 21-year-old that doesn't drink, that doesn't like partying or clubbing, that loves reading, and that is quite happy to just do something during the day and be home by like 4 o'clock so that they can get into their pajamas and binge watch Gavin and Stacey or Dance Mums. Like, find someone else that is like that. They are very, very hard to find. I basically wanted to make this video for anyone that is feeling like they are not normal, because trust me, I have had that thought so many times. Like, it's not normal for a 21-year-old to be like me. What the fuck is normal? Who says what normal is? It's not normal just because the majority of the people are different different to you. There is no such bloody thing as normal. So I don't want anyone to think that just because the majority of society is doing one thing and you're doing the other, it means that you are not normal or there is something wrong with you. Because as I said, I've had those thoughts before, and therapy has taught me that that is not true. The world would be a boring place if we were all similar, and there are people like you out there. You just have to find them. And we have to work a little bit harder to find those people because it's not the majority, which I think we can all very clearly tell by society's expectations of what we should be by a certain age and how we should act and what we should be doing. Also, I feel like I'm in a completely different place to so many of my friends because the majority of my friends went to uni and they've only just finished this year. I did 6 weeks at uni and finished in like November 2021. So I have been working full time for nearly 3 years. So in my mind, I'm like, this is not normal because this is not what a 21-year-old does. A 21-year-old goes to uni, does their 3 years, and then gets a job after that. So again, it's hard to find people that are in the same position as me, but I also like having friends that are different to me because everyone has different experiences in life, and I honestly love that. Just because your experience is different doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with that. It just means that you have gone on a different path to your friends, which is absolutely fine and is actually totally normal. I'm happy with my relationships with people. It's taken me a while to get here, and it's taken me a while to be happy with myself and the way that I am and the fact that I am different to a lot of my friends. I am never going to change myself to fit into someone else's standards ever again. Take my advice, don't do that. You will automatically gravitate towards more like-minded people in time. You just have to give yourself time to find those people. I'm still on the hunt. I have been on this crazy hunt for like 3 years, and there haven't been a lot of people that have come my way that are similar. I've had like 1 or 2, but the friendships have kind of fizzled out. But I know that my time will come, and I'm in a relationship now, and the guy that I'm with is actually very similar to me, which I love. I did not think that that would come my way. So I know that's different to a friendship, but obviously he's like one of my best friends. So that has also given me more hope that more people are going to come along that are similar to us, if that makes sense. I would love to hear your experience with friendships down below. So if you have had a similar experience to me or a completely different experience to me, I'd still be interested in hearing. I'm learning to love opening up about stuff like this. I've now talked about my relationship and my experience with friendship, and I have so many other videos that I cannot wait to film. So if you have enjoyed this one and you enjoyed my last video, then make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and give this video a big thumbs up. If you want to see more short form lifestyle content, then I do post over on Instagram, and if you want to see more bookish lifestyle content, then drop me a follow over on TikTok. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon with a brand new video. Bye for now.